boop. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. It's Wednesday. I'm continuing on with my wonderful month of streaming board games that are dinosaur themed, and I'm calling Junosaurus. And I'm joined by some two awesome people. First over here, I've got Matthew from Room 51. Hello. How are you doing
Hello.
today, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you, Jess. How are you?
Doing okey doke. And then over here on my right, it's the one, the only Tantauralus. Hi, Tan.
Hooty, hooty hoo, everybody. Hope everybody's doing fine.
And hello to everyone in the chat. I see Panda's here. Thank you for the work and lurk, my dear. Phantom Meeple is here. Yak Manda is here. Tanjipoo is here. James Brazil is here. And Time Roller just popped in with the whoops.
Whoops.
Welcome in, everybody. I am super stoked to have you all hang out with us today. We are going to be playing some games on Board Game Arena, and you just saw the chat pop up. If you want to add me as a friend on Board Game Arena so you can play along, please feel free to do so, because we're going to do some Draftosaurus. We're going to play some Dinosaur Tea Party. Maybe I'll throw in some Similo. I don't know. We're just going to have fun, keeping it light and enjoyable for all of you to participate. So hello to all of you. Soften your razor, welcome in. Gus or Not is here. I see Tan is here, and he is also on my screen. This is like crazy Twitch inception going on. So yeah, friends, this is the time of the stream where I like to have my friends give their little introductions to you all, lovely people in the chat. So we're going to start off with Matthew. Matthew, tell folks who you are and what you do in board gaming.
Sure. My name is Matthew McCack. I also go by Melissa McCack. Pronouns are he and she. I am part of Room 51, where I play games with my brother Justin. We stream on Twitch at Room 51 Live. We also have a YouTube channel just called Room 51, where we just talk all things board gaming. You can also find me on the Dice Tower on Board Game Breakfast, and I also do my own segment called Teach the Teach.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you so much for that introduction. And Tan, tell everybody who you are and what you do in the board gaming sphere.
Okay, for those of you not yet familiar with myself, I'm 10. I'm from Germany, and I usually do board game streams on Twitch. Most of the time, it's me and Matthews playing a game from my roll and write / flip and write library of games. Because it's easy for people to join in, even if they do not own their own physical copy. I usually provide a link to a player sheet, which people can then either open a graphics editing program or print out, and then go ahead. I usually do a small introduction to the game with the rules explanation so that people can either play along right away or when they're watching the VOD.
Awesome. And yes, friends, if you are not following either of these channels, please do so right now. Open up a second tab. Go to Twitch, follow these lovely people on here, because we need to keep this wonderful community of board game streams going on Twitch. When people think of Twitch, they often think of it's more for like video gaming, right? It's more for, other like non-board gaming related things. So we want to change that stereotype. We want to include everyone here. So why don't you give these wonderful folks a follow? And it's just been so awesome. So friends, I been playing a lot of dinosaur themed games. And hello EC, I did see you here. I know you snuck in during everybody's introduction. So thank you for the lurk, James. I know you're busy at work, my friend. I appreciate you. EC is watching on his phone, so thank you for that, wherever you're streaming from. I appreciate it. So yeah, friends, I've been playing a lot of dinosaur-themed games here. Recently got those to my table. I have also been playing a lot of Feast for Odin here on Board Game Arena, which I am like now finding a love and appreciation for. I've never played it, and so it's really cool to be able to learn it on BGA. But I want to ask my guests, Matthew and Tan, what have you all gotten to the table recently? Matthew, why don't we start with you?
Sure, yeah. I've been playing a lot of Tiny Epic Dungeons. I've been playing that. I played that with my fiance, but I've also been playing that solo. I've really been enjoying it. I like it a lot. And I've also been playing Planet Unknown
Oh,
a good
cool.
amount. So yeah, so that's been fun because I have the physical version now. I've only played it digitally before, and now I finally got to play it physically, which was really fun. That Lazy Susan is just so much fun to play around with.
That's rad. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. What about you, Tan?
So I've also played some dinosaur games in the last 2 weeks. Yesterday I played some Demeter from company Sorry We Are French, and last week I played some Welcome to Dino World. And on the last weekend, I not only played a round of Demeter to get back refreshing the rules, I also played the successor to that one, Varuna.
Oh, yes.
And I've also played some paper dungeons and
Mm-hmm.
a solo game of Hadrian's Wall. So that's what I've played board game wise in the last
That's
week.
awesome. Do you know, are they going to send Demeter and Varuna to US Publishing?
I'm not sure. It's a French company, so
I'm
so
so bummed because those
I'm
two games look so awesome.
yeah. For me, luckily, it was easy to import them from France.
Right. Being in Germany, it helps.
Yeah, basically, if I had a car, I could have driven to the border into Strasbourg, get it there and back. That would be in a 2.5 hour trip also by car. Instead, I
Yeah.
ordered it.
That's so okay. So like the proximity of countries in Europe, Matthew, I don't know if you realize this, like geography lesson friends, you can actually like take trains to different and you'd be like in a totally different country in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could take a train in the States and maybe be in a different state, but not guaranteed. Like,
No,
isn't that
no,
wild?
that's true. That's true.
So if I remember correctly, Germany has about the same space as Texas only.
Wow.
And the number of Germans inhabitants is about the number of inhabitants of, I think, Texas and Florida combined. So that's
Wow.
something which you can take it. So Europe, in comparison to the United States, is small, and each European country is even smaller.
Yeah. Oh man, that it's just so mind-boggling, right? To like see like geography, and I've also actually learned a lot by playing on tour Europe, because of just connecting. Like, oh, that's where that country is. Oh, that's where that. Why is that labeled that? Like, it just some of the labels for the European countries just don't make sense
Yeah.
to me.
Like CH for Switzerland.
Right, CH for Switzerland. Okay.
It's Confederatio Helvetii, the Federation of the Helvetian People. So that's where, if anybody of you
okay.
have ever written
Okay.
Caesar's de Bello Gallico, the Helvetians are tribes that are mentioned in that one already. So that's basically
Wow.
their region where they're from, and that's where
Interesting. That's
the
good to
chart
know.
comes from.
All right, I got a question from Spitzka. Spitzka's asking, my sibling is yelling from behind me to know what shirt I am wearing. So, friends, we were talking about science off stream, and this is really funny because
yeah.
I have a beaker, a Bunsen Honeydew and beaker shirt that I got as a gift. So, science! It is one of my favorite shirts that I just got. So, there you go, a little Bunsen and beaker for you.
Imagine a Bunsen and Beaker crossover with the Mythbusters.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is very true. So yeah, friends, today we're going to do some BGA games. We're also going to be continuing on with our monthly tournament. We're doing Paleontologist this month, thanks to our wonderful friend Aaron from Game Enthuse. He was like, if you're doing a quick roll and write, and usually you have interactions with the chat for the monthly tournament, why not do Paleontologist? Because you're doing dinosaur-themed games. And I was like, you know what? That's a pretty good idea. So there you go, friends. If you want to get your print and play, in the chat is a link for you to print out that game that's going to be in the latter part of the stream. But first, we're going to play some Draftosaurus. We have room for one more individual if they would like to play Draftosaurus here with us. Let me know in the chat. I know there's usually a way to invite people, but since there's only one more spot left this time, I'm just going to ask people in the chat if they want to play. And then when we open it up to later on to play like Dinosaur Tea Party and Similo and things like that, we can ask. All right. So I've got Yak Manda wants to play. Soften Your Razor, I'll have you join in on Dinosaur Tea Party if that's okay. So let me add, and don't worry, friends, we're going to be playing for a while. So it's not like we're only going to do one of these and then we're all done.
It's all over.
It's all over. So yeah, I'm going to also do a quick teach and how to play this game. So you all can kind of get a feel around what the rules are because neither Tan or Matthew have played this game.
Oh, we're at a disadvantage.
Yes and no. Yes and no. It'll be fine. It'll also
Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, so in this game, friends, hence the name of it, drafting Draftosaurus, we're going to be drafting these dinosaur meeples to be placed into our pens of our dinosaur park. Now you will see there are 6 different areas on our dinosaur park that we can place our dinosaurs. However, each different pen has a certain requirement for them in order for placement rules to apply. First, I will start in the upper left and then I will go in a counterclockwise rotation so you all can kind of see what everything is and what each of them does. So here in the upper left-hand corner, we have the Forest of Sameness. If you hover over each of the pens, they will kind of give you an explanation. Basically,
Love BGA.
Yes, I love BGA for this. Basically, what you have to do is place the same type of dinosaur in that pen, starting from the left and working your way to the right. The more of the same... Oh, I got a hydrate. Thank you so much for that hydrate redemption. Appreciate that, everybody. And Kate, thank you for the lurk and work, my dear. Cheers, everyone. All right, so the more dinosaurs you have of the same type in this pen will give you more points. The points are down here at the bottom. So the more dinosaurs you have in your pen, the more points you will receive. Dinosaurs, what do I mean by the same dinosaur? Well, each dinosaur has its own unique shape and unique color, okay? So you don't have to remember the actual names of the dinosaurs unless you want to, but let's just say I wanted to get my orange dinosaur in this pen over here. I would want to make sure I have only orange dinosaurs in this pen, okay? So that's pretty self-explanatory. Down here in the Woody Trio, this one can hold 3 dinosaurs and only 3 dinosaurs of any type into this area, and if you have exactly 3 of them at the end of the game, you will receive 7 points. If you have less than that, you will receive nothing. So any 3 dinosaurs can be thrown into that area, and you will receive 7 points at the end of the game if you have exactly 3 of them. Okay? Down here at the bottom is the Prairie of Love. Prairie of Love looks for couples, so you want 2 dinosaurs of the same color in order for you to score points. So you want pairs of dinosaurs in this one. You will get 5 victory points for each pairing that you have in this pen. So let's say I had 1 green dinosaur and 1 pink dinosaur. Yes, I have 2 dinosaurs in there, but they're not the same color, so I would not receive those 5 points. So they must be of the same color, okay, in order to receive those. Opposite of that one is the Solitary Island. On the other side of the river there, bottom right, is the Solitary Island, which can only hold 1 dinosaur. And you will receive 7 points for that dinosaur if it is the only type of that dinosaur in your entire park. So if I was starting on saving up orange dinosaurs for the upper left-hand corner, I don't want to put an orange dinosaur down here. I would want to make sure I had a completely different color dinosaur down here in the bottom. Because if you have just that one dinosaur type in your entire park, you will receive 7 points. Otherwise, you will receive 0 for that. Okay. Then continuing up is the Meadow of Differences. The Meadow of Differences is like the Forest of Sameness, but however, you want opposite types of dinosaurs. You don't want the same. You want all uniques in this one. Same rules apply. You will get more points the further along you have more unique types. So you want multiple colors in this area for your Meadow of Differences. And then finally, we have the King of the Jungle. This one is opposite from the island of sadness or sorrow or solitary island. I always want to make it sound so dire than it actually is. The King of the Jungle actually wants you to have most of that one type of dinosaur versus everyone else. So if I were going for orange dinosaurs, I would want to also put an orange dinosaur here to make sure I had the majority of that one type of dinosaur versus everyone else in their parks. You can always scroll down and see everyone's boards and see what they're sharing, because after placement happens, you will be able to see and scan which dinosaur is going where. So that's also a good point to note. Even though BGA, you'll probably have to scroll up and down and things like that, you all want to make sure that you have the majority of that one type of dinosaur here in that area. All right, seems pretty self-explanatory, right? But there is some more things. First, you will see there's a giant river here in the center. On the left-hand side of the river is considered the cafe side or the restaurant side here. Down in the bottom right, there's a little signpost with a coffee mug on it. Sometimes you might have to place your dinosaurs on the one side of the river versus the other side of the river based upon a roll of a die. So there will be a first player or an active player that will roll the die and determine where the dinosaurs must be placed for that turn. However, if you are the actual person that is the roller of the die, you can bypass whatever that restriction is, but everyone else has to obey those restrictions. So one of the restrictions could be you must place on the left side of the river or on the cafe side, versus the right side of the river, which is the restroom side. On the bottom right, you will see there's a little restroom post, so that's going to be on the restroom side. There is also going to be the forest side, which is these green ones surrounded by trees, and the pen is outlined in this reddish brown. Those are considered forest pens versus the plains pens down here, or the grasslands, which are outlined in purple. So those are going to be the restrictions. There's also restrictions like you cannot place a dinosaur in a pen with a T-Rex. T-Rexes give you bonus points at the end of the game. For every pen that has one T-Rex in it, you get an additional point for that. There is also the way you can do either an empty pen. That could be another restriction on the die. So you must place a dinosaur in a completely empty pen. There must be a dinosaur that you have to place in completely not with a T-Rex. And if there is ever a time when you cannot follow the restrictions and you're not the die roller, you can always put your dinosaur in the river. I like to say they're taking a bath for 1 point. So that is always an option for you to do. Okay. Yeah, Meadow of Diversity. I like it too, Tan. And yes, the Prairie of Love does sound like a Hallmark movie. So that is pretty much it for this summer side. We're going to go through 2 whole complete rounds, which means we will be drafting all 6 of these dinosaurs. So we're going to grab one from whatever you see in front of you. It's going to show at the top of your screen what the 6 dinosaurs are that you have to draft from. Once you decide one of the dinosaurs and where you would like to place it, all of the dinosaurs will actually rotate depending on the hand rotation that is listed at the top. So right now, we're all going to be passing them counterclockwise. So we will receive a new set of dinosaurs in our hands until we have drafted 6 dinosaurs in our hand that will complete round 1. Then we will go through another whole round. So we will have exactly 12 dinosaurs in our park at the end of the game. All right. Questions, concerns, comments, or suggestions?
I just have one question. Is there an equal amount of each dinosaur species?
Yes, and depending on player count, they will be removed. But since we are actually playing the full player count, Matthew, we have all of them in our park at our disposal.
Cool. Thank y'all.
Mm-hmm.
According to the rules, it's with 5 players. That's the maximum.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure if they did the
So
full
it's
5 players. So we're
so
removing one of each type, and there are
2 of each type,
2 of each type. Okay.
according to the rules.
Okay. Well, thank you. But there's still going to be an equal amount of dinosaurs.
Yes, 8 of each.
Okay. Great. But good question. Thank you for that clarification, Tan. All right. Spitzka played a lot of dinosaurs, that dinosaur themed games. I love it. Okay, so Tan and Matthew, I will suggest you not looking at the stream because I don't want you to stream snipe what dinosaurs I have in my hand.
I would never.
I did not roll the dice. Yakmanda rolled the dice, and she rolled grasslands, which means, friends, we have to place it somewhere in the lower section with the purple ringed dinosaurs. Okay.
So quick reminder, sorry if I wasn't paying attention. So we're picking one of the dinosaurs, the dinosaurs in front of us, then are placed, moved to the next player. And we're going to draft all 6.
Correct.
And then in the next round, it's another 6 we are
Correct.
going to draft. Okay.
Correct. Yes. So first you will select which dinosaur you want to place, and then BGA will highlight which areas you are allowed to place them for this turn.
That is dope.
And if you're also not sure, BGA has a cool little reference on the side with everyone's dinosaur count. So you can see if you're trying to go for majorities for that king of the jungle, you can see how many of each of those dinosaur types all of us have. So now we must place the dinosaur. Matthew rolled the dinosaur that does not contain a T-Rex, but Matthew, you did not have to abide by that restriction because you're the person that rolled the die.
Dope.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, Tan rolled. You must place into an empty pin. So Tan can bypass that restriction. Well, that's interesting. Okay.
An empty.
Again.
Another empty. Another empty, friends.
Who rolled the dice? Am I the one doing the dice rolling?
No, it's me. I have
It's
the
you.
Will Wheaton dice curse right now, Tan. I have it.
Oh my.
Oh gosh, another empty.
You can always place one in the river, correct? You do,
Yes.
If you do not want to.
Yes.
Okay.
You can always do that.
Huh.
Nope. I'm gonna do. Nope. I'm gonna do this. There we go. Okay.
No.
Okay, so we have to place this one in the woods except for Matthew. Matthew is the exception.
Dang it.
And don't worry, friends, we are going to get 6 more dinosaurs on this one. Okay, now Tan has rolled coffee side for everyone except for himself. Tan.
Yeah. I would like to have some tea, Grey, hot.
And friends, if you're still hanging out and stuff, I will be playing some more games later on. We still have Dinosaur Tea Party to play with. I think I'm going to do some Similo Animals, even though it's not, dinosaur themed. I still think that it'll be suitable for this game today. So yeah. Grasslands. Okay. Grasslands. So I taught this game in the before times, and I remember it being kind of awkward when you're playing with people that haven't played games with each other before, because you're physically handing the dinosaurs to everyone. And it's one of those games where you're like, oh, this is really neat, but I don't want to touch this stranger's hand. So I'm glad that they have it here on BGA, so you can kind of eliminate that hand-touching mechanic. So now it is tallying up our score. So currently, Yak Manda's in the lead with 38. I have 35. Matthew has 28, and Tan has 22. Now we're going into the other side, which is the winter side. And we're going to accumulate all of our points from this side as well as our summer side to make our final total. Let me go through real quickly what these pens are. But basically, there's some similarities, a little bit of differences. The top left, again, is the well-ordered wood. We want 2 types of dinosaurs in them in alternating placement. So if I had a pink dinosaur and then an orange dinosaur, I would want to go pink, orange, pink in that whole realm there, okay? Hence, the dinosaur footprint is showing different colors. So for every, same rules apply in the previous round, where the furthest to the right you get, the more points you will receive. So that is the well-ordered wood. The center here with the bridge is the lover's bridge, but similar to the couples, the area, the prairie of love, if you will, you still want couples, however you want them, one on one side of the bridge and the other on the opposite side of the bridge in order for you to receive the points. But this time, if you get the pairs that are one on one side and one on the other side, you will receive 6 points for each pairing, okay? Down here in the lower left is the quarantine zone. You will place this one. This is like the Lonely Island. However, you have the ability to move this dinosaur to another pen at the very end of the game. So your final move. So it's like a holding cell for this dinosaur. So you can place it in another pen as a final move at the end of the game. The bottom here is the pyramid. Pyramid can hold up to 6 dinosaurs. You will receive bonus points based upon the level of the dinosaurs that are placed. However, you must place from the bottom to the top. And the bottom one must have dinosaurs that are different and unique from one another on the bottom. So if I had a yellow one here in the lower left, I could not have a yellow one to right directly next to it on its right or above it. However, I could skip one and have the dinosaur be placed on the very farthest end. As long as it's not directly adjacent to it, you can still place a dinosaur of the same type in there. In order for you to move up the pyramid, you must have the lower 2 filled in with dinosaurs before you can move up. And the highest you go, you will receive points for each of the dinosaurs on the certain floor that it's on. So right now, the 3 on the bottom are each worth 2. So every dinosaur you fill in the bottom is worth 2 points apiece. The second level is worth 4 points apiece. And the final one on top is worth 7. And then the very, very top upper right is the lookout. You will receive 2 points for every dinosaur of that species you place in that pen. that your neighbor has. And if you hover over it, friends, you will see, it will show you on BGA which board you are looking at. So right now for me, at the end of the game, I'm going to look at Tan's board and see which dinosaur he has of that type. And I will receive 2 points myself for every dinosaur of that type that he has. Again, you can always throw a dinosaur in the river for bath time. And also, every T-Rex is worth 1 point for every pen that contains it. Okay, questions on this one?
Not so far.
Nope.
Matthew, you good? All right.
I'm good.
Let's Draftosaurus, everyone. Okay, so Yakmando rolled the die, so we have to place on the forest side. So the forest side, again, friends, is the upper two and the left side of the bridge. Those are the ones that have the red border pens. Those are the forest side there. Okay. Oh, I have to place to the right now. Okay. See what Tan's going. I see what Tan's going for. Okie doke. Okie doke. Ooh, any pen. You got it. Any pen. Alright. Coffee side this time around. Coffee side.
Not happy. Absolutely not happy.
Oh, friends, we've got a raid coming in. D-Walls with a party of 3. Thank you so much for the raid, friends. Welcome in. I'm playing some games on Board Game Arena today, mostly dinosaur-themed games. Thank you so much for hanging out. Joe, Phantom Meeple, can you give a shout-out to D-Walls, please? Hopefully your stream went well today. Currently, we are playing some Draftosaurus. And I hope you all are enjoying yourselves on this Wednesday, whatever time zone you are in. Hello, Legends. Legend says Team Matthew.
Okay, Legends, I will remember that. I will remember that.
Legends!
Yeah, Tan and I got your name down, Legends. So yeah, friends, we're going to be playing some games on Board Game Arena. Please feel free to give me a follow. Yeah. D-Wall says, have you played Lost Kingdom? It's a fun dinosaur tile laying game picked up at Origins. I have not. Have either of you gotten to play Lost Kingdom?
No.
No.
I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ditto.
Yeah, do tell. Do tell. So, yeah, thank you so much for the raid, friends. Hope everything's been going well for you all. And, yeah, if you want to join us for some Board Game Arena fun, please feel free to add me as a friend. And we'll continue to keep this party train going. All right, so I placed my dinosaur. Dinosaurs! I realized I placed a lot more dinosaurs than I thought I have. So I'm having regrets. Having regrets, everybody. I believe Tan is also having regrets right now.
Yeah.
Let's go inside.
Ooh, nice. Nice. I will do that. Thank you, thank you. Oh, grasslands. Okay. Toilet side. Okay. I have a feeling it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Okay, D-Wall says, Pangea in places. You're placing tectonic tiles, moving the pieces to try to score the majority of your dinosaurs on different created continents when the asteroid arrives. Wow.
Oh, cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Sounds like another game yeah, okay, but it's also, yeah, usually dinosaur games on tiles moving around and a meteor will strike. That's a familiar theme.
Is it?
Yes, I think there was, okay, I remember one from German designer couple Doris and Frank.
Okay.
Doris being the one of Germany's most known board game illustrators.
Mm-hmm.
So basically the German Beth Sobel.
Oh,
She did,
nice.
for example, she did the illustrations for Carcassonne.
Oh, cool.
And
Okay.
she and her husband had have a little publishing company of their own, where they have fun games with animals a lot. And there was one where you basically, I'm not remembering the name currently, but it's also basically you're trying to create mini continents, placing tiles and placing dinosaurs on that. I'll have to take a look.
Okay. Interesting. All right, everybody's got to place their quarantine dino somewhere. The
I
final move
definitely did that.
of the game.
Come on, this one's for the legends. DM.
Oh. Whoa.
Dang.
What is it? Oh, and I pull it out.
Wow.
1 point, friends.
Oh my gosh.
Da 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 da. Yes. Sorry, legends.
No.
Good game, everybody. So that's Draftosaurus. Matthew and Tan, what do you think of it?
I love this. This was cool.
I actually wasn't aware that there's only 2 drafting rounds.
Yeah.
I thought there was more time.
I know
thought
that
I had more time.
that
Yeah.
did catch me off guard as well, but I
Yeah.
liked that. It was so snappy. It's quick. I
Yeah.
love this.
It's fast.
It's snappy,
It's fast.
it's good, yes.
All right. Let's get down to some dinosaur tea party. D-Wall said Jackie Davis did the art for this one, Lost Kingdoms. She has done Cubitos and Viticulture.
Oh, wow.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Dinosaur Tea Party, I believe, has a larger player count. Here. It plays up to 5. If anyone else would like to join in, I am going to... yeah, thanks, Yakmanda, for
You're
the
welcome,
game. I
Yakmanda.
appreciate it.
Justin's fired. Emotes.
Yeah, Justin is fired. Even though he
It
was
is
not
his
even
fault.
playing this game, it was his fault.
It's because he's on my mind, and so he stopped me from my ultimate potential.
All right, so I'm gonna let's do 5 this time around, friends. Maximum player count for this game. So let's add in some Tantauralus.
I'm thinking.
All right.
The Tantauralus, one of the human-like looking dinosaurs
Yep.
of modern age.
Yep. Soften Your Razor, did you want to play? You know what? I think if I put the link in the chat, I think you should be able to play, right? Is that what Mr. Peebles does? think so.
I do not have a clue. I have not done this.
Let's see. Let's see if that works. See if we can get a couple folks in here. And don't worry, friends. I will explain Dinosaur Tea Party. Just get a couple more people in the chat if they want to play.
Which reminds me, time to change.
Dang. Tan is ready with the backgrounds.
Tan comes
that's-
prepared.
It's easy. I was in the holodeck. I simply had to give a computer command, and then I'm in the game.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
in his own holodeck.
It's cool. It's so good too. Like,
yeah, it looks real good. It looks real good. Yeah, if anyone wants to join in, Yakmanda, get on standby here, my friend. But anyone else, feel free to pop on in, play some Dinosaur Tea Party with us. It is super straightforward. So it's
one of the great things when you're a guest and not the person doing the stream. Instead of spending time on stream setup, you can spend time on
background fun.
The background for your green screen. Yeah, so that's
yeah.
Oh man, I'm the worst. I didn't spend any time doing anything. I just showed up.
Well, that's actually like 90% of it, though. Showing up.
That's the important stuff. What I'm doing is showing off.
Yeah. So if anyone go, Yakmanda, go ahead and jump on in. We will still have one more spot for everyone if they want to play. Oh, legends! For this game, I will be team ... Team Matthew.
Yeah.
Root.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. All right, let's see. There we go.
I feel so bad
joins
for Legends because I lose so many games.
No, I do too. It's not anything.
So do I. So is this now a game where when the three of us are playing, always anybody else joining us will be winning the game?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen?
I think so. Hi, Shark. Do you want to play some Dinosaur Tea Party with us? We still have room for one more person.
Some Railroad Inc. and not invite Wim.
No, Wim's really good. Wim's a good player. I think it's a good challenge for us. Yeah, so I'll pop that in right there. Shark, if you
yesterday
want to join
us. I got my butt whipped by Dave in a game of Railroad Inc. Challenge.
Yeah.
Dave won with 80 plus points. A classic Railroad Inc. challenge with the expansion, not a Railroad Inc. challenge.
Oh my gosh! Just regular Railroad Inc.
Regular Railroad Inc. with a lake expansion.
Wow.
He had 82 and I had 56. Something
like gosh!
So that hurt. That hurt me.
All right, Shark.
I will quit playing Railroad Inc. That's it.
You're gonna throw in the towel after all of your hard work to play. All right, Shark's gonna be working and lurking. All right, we're just gonna start. We'll do 4 players. No worries. Shark. No worries at all. Agreed. Let's go to the game. All right, friends. This is again no stream sniping on here. This is basically a game of Guess Who. We're all fancy pants dinosaurs invited to a luxurious tea party, but we don't remember anyone's name at this party. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be asking questions of our fellow compatriots here at the tea party. Certain traits or certain aspects of their character, their dinosaur, if you will, to try to guess what dinosaur you think they are and what their name is. So at the very bottom, for everyone here in the chat, you will see my dinosaur and the attributes that I have. And so on a turn, what's going to happen is you will be able to ask one of the people a question based upon what items you would like to know for that person. So what Yakmanda is going to do is they're going to hover over one of these attributes on their player sheet, and they're going to click and ask which player they want to ask that question of. So for example, if she wanted to ask someone, if Matthew was wearing a hat, she would go over here to the hat area, and it would show you all the dinosaurs that currently have hats in play. Then from there, she will select which player she wants to ask that of. So she can click on hat and then click on one of our usernames, and it will show you whether or not yes or no. You will have the option of either saying yes or no. You must answer truthfully unless your dinosaur says they either always lie or always say no or always switch their answer. So you must be aware of that. Otherwise, you have to answer truthfully. So if your dinosaur does have a hat and they don't have any of that caveat of any special extra text, you must answer truthfully. The other option you have, if you don't want to guess a trait of that dinosaur, is you can make a guess on that person's name. You can instead click on guess, and then you will choose one of the dinosaurs, and the same rule will apply. Choose one of the dinosaurs and one of the users that's playing in the chat. And if you are correct, that person will discard their card and gain a new dinosaur, and we'll keep playing until until one person has 3 correct guesses. Okay? Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The only thing I will mention, friends, is if one of your dinosaurs has the extra caveat on the top of their card, if it says like always has to say no, or always lies, or switches their answers, keep that in mind. Okay. Questions. I know for everyone that has not played this game, I will definitely give a minute for questions. Yakmanda, feel free to type in the chat if you have a question. But otherwise, you are the first player to take a turn.
I have no questions.
Okay. Tan.
None so far.
Okay. Yep, so go ahead, Yakmanda. If you don't have any questions, my friend, feel free to make a guess.
Okay.
So they asked me if I was wearing glasses. No.
All right, so Matthew's dinosaur does not have glasses. To type the answer or to say the answer. So for Yakmanda, she can just, we'll wait for the player log to view, but I will read it out for you all in the chat there. So, gotcha. All right, Matthew, pick a trait and pick a person.
All right, I'm gonna ask Tan if he likes eating some cake.
Ooh.
Oh.
Does Tan like eating cake? Tan does like eating cake.
Yes, I like my cake. Gut, schwarz-Wälder Kirschtorte or some Donauwelle.
Interesting. Okay, so now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to look at all the dinosaurs that have cake or some kind of like food product on with their card. So
I'm wondering if Tan is in the orange room.
Oh, okay.
What in the world? Okay.
So if Tan is in an orange room, and Tan said no. So he does eat cake, but he is not in one of these orange rooms. So I will also mention too, friends, if I didn't say it before, if you are correct in a guess, you can ask another question, and it does not have to necessarily be for the same person. But if you are incorrect on your first question, then it goes to the next player. So sorry if I did not mention that before. Tan, your turn, my friend.
Okay, so as I remember, I'm using the icons in my player part
Correct.
of the right thing, not the person I'm asking the question.
Correct.
Okay. So let me take a look.
All right, so I know Matthew does not have glasses, so that eliminates some people. Or he
You know
could
nothing.
or he could be just BSing and like.
So Matthew, are you in a green room?
Definitely not.
Oh, okay. Matthew is not in a green room.
By the way, I just checked. You can click the icon on the player on the right side to ask them that question directly.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And thanks for the work and lurk, Phantom. I appreciate you.
Phantom.
Appreciate you. Okay. Well, that makes it a little bit easier then, huh? Okay.
It's the Phantom Meeple of the board game Opera.
I would like to know, is Yakmanda in a purple room?
Oh.
She is in a purple
Dang.
room. Okay.
Look that purple.
Does Yakmanda have a hat?
Oh, snap.
Oh, she does have a hat. Okay. So that tells me a hat, no hat, a hat, and a hat. I don't want to ask glasses because it seems like all of these ones have glasses. So I'm going to say,
Stop it, Jess. Stop it.
do they like cake? I'm going to ask about cake. No.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Okay. All right.
Don't like the cake.
Don't like the cake. All right. So I know Matthew is not in a green room and does not have glasses. And Tan is not in an orange room, but he does like cake. All right. Yakmanda, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm the Marie Antoinette of dinosaurs.
Let them eat cake. Ooh.
Oh.
Matthew does like cake.
I love the cake, man. I love the cake.
Okay.
And I don't need glasses to see the cake.
You don't need glass. Is that because the piece that you have is so large?
Who knows? I just have like really good eyesight, dude.
I don't need spectacles for eating cake.
Yeah, because you then could read the calorie declaration on the packaging, and that's why would you want that?
Yeah.
I love me that orange room.
Oh, Spitzka says their sibling is saying, I would need a pen and paper to keep track of everything. I got a mind like one of those thingies, to strain food. Oh, right, a sieve. Yeah. So Yakmanda, you can keep asking. You can keep asking Matthew. You can choose another player.
So is Matthew in an orange room labeled with the number 51?
Da da da. It's not your turn yet, Tan.
Ka-ching!
Not your turn yet, Tan.
It took me a second to
where's the pun counter? Is there a pun counter yet?
Yes, there is. There is a pun counter. Exclamation mark pun. 2 puns so far because I just activated it this week.
Great!
Oh my goodness, we have another raid Blunderbuss TV.
We have some mining dwarfs.
Oh my goodness. Hello, raiders. Welcome in. I'm Jess. We are currently playing some dinosaur-themed games here on Board Game Arena for Junosaurus that I am currently in the middle of playing all dinosaur-themed games for the month of June on my stream. And I am joined by my wonderful friends, Tan and Matthew. Hello to everybody that's hanging out. Welcome in. We're in the middle of some dinosaur tea party right now. If you want to hang out and play along, feel free to add me on Board Game Arena. Or if you want to stick around for the latter part of the game, a latter part of the stream, I mean, we're going to be playing some Paleontologists. It's a cool little print and play. And you have the chance to win a bag of swag from me and the CCG crew if you have the highest score at the end of the month. So welcome in, everyone. Hopefully the blunderbussers were doing well. Yeah. So here we are. Dinosaur tea partying it up. So Yakmanda asked, are you spotted? Okay, so Matthew's dinosaur is not spotted, but he does
Absolutely
like
not.
cake and is in an orange room. Okay.
Or is he? He might be the one that is
Oh, right.
always
He could be
lying.
always lying.
You
That's
know
true.
nothing.
You know nothing.
You know nothing, John Dinosaur.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess on Yakmanda's.
Oh,
dinosaur.
okay.
I'm gonna take
Taking
this
a
guess. I don't know how I do this, but
You
I'm
probably
going to guess.
click on her username under guess.
Yes. Tentatively done. Alright.
No,
I'm
Kate.
going to
You are
guess
delightful.
that you are Beatrice.
That was correct.
Yes.
Yay!
That was Katine, baby. That was
Matthew
for
is
Legends.
correct. Very nice. So Yakmanda will now get a new dinosaur, which is still in play here. But Matthew has 1 out of the 3 cards that he needs to win the game. Yeah, busted, says Yakmanda.
Ooh. That would have been my guess as well.
All right, Tan.
Matthew steals the point.
Yeah, baby.
Steals the point. Team Matthew, says Legends.
That's for Legends, baby.
All right, Tan. What say you? No one has asked me anything, so I am completely anonymous.
Or are you?
Or am I?
You? Okay.
It's hard to tell what's cake
So
and what's
Matthew,
not.
are you wearing a hat?
So Yakmanda, I might think that they might be showing just food in general. It might be they might have narrowed it down to just food or just drinks. Because if you hover over each of those, it says about eating and about drinking. So maybe it's not necessarily cake. That's good to know for me. So, yeah. All right, Tan.
I have no idea what just happened.
So let's see.
So some of the dinosaurs, Matthew, have food on their table that's not necessarily cake. Like one's eating like a giant burger.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the option of asking about cake is not specifically for cake, but just for eating.
Got it.
Tan's not gonna take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Tan asked Matthew, "Are you Xavier?" No.
He's not Charles.
Not Charles Xavier. No siree. All right. Matthew. Okay, so Matthew likes the food, likes the hats, in an orange room.
Oh man, I messed up. See my brain.
In there. So I am actually going to take a guess. I'm going to say it is Matthew Sebastian. Da 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 da.
Yes, I am.
I have a great thing why I'm not great at social deduction games, because I'm not a very social person, so I'm excused.
No, Tan. You can't excuse yourself from this game.
No, I didn't excuse myself from this game. I said I have a good. There's scientific. There's a good scientific reason why I potentially suck at this game.
No, you're
But
fine.
Obviously, I'm kidding. I'm just
You're
kidding.
fine. All right.
I just messed up with messing up cake with drink.
Oh, got it.
That's
Got it. Yeah, it happens. Those little subtleties can get you. All right, yeah.
Mr.
Amanda said
Subtle
she was gonna
tease.
subtleties. See, put it in the pun counter. What is happening today?
I'm happening.
2/3 of the puns from Tan, everybody.
Such a rhetorical question when I'm
I know. Thank you all for hanging out. If you want to play along with me on BGA, I'm also going to pop in my name in the chat if you want. Oh, I already did that. But if you want to do the tournament with us later on here in the stream, I will put in the player sheet so you can do our print and play of paleontologists there. Is there a consequence for guessing wrong? I don't think so. I think you just lose your turn.
I think the main consequence is that you give the others option to rule out. You help the others to narrow out the options.
So yeah, so the incorrect guess is revealed to everyone. So that's just it. You're just sharing more information with everyone else. So, oh,
dang! I was gonna guess that.
Yakmanda guessed Janine.
Yes,
Wow, very well done. I had no idea for Janine.
Ghostbusters, how can we help?
Yeah. All right,
all right.
Matthew.
I'm gonna ask. Let's see. We're gonna ask Jess this time. We're gonna ask Jess.
Okay.
We're gonna ask Jess. We're gonna. Would you, perchance, be in the green room?
No.
Wow.
So Jess is not in the green room.
Sorry.
So
I don't want to. I'm like briefly showing everyone my dinosaur, but then briefly not, so you can cover it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to my best to not look.
So my first question will be, Jess, why am I always having such a great time when I'm guesting on your streams?
Why?
That's question number one.
Isn't that I think that's a rhetorical question.
Is it? Okay.
And your second question.
Are you by any chance in the purple room?
Wow.
No.
No purple room.
No purple room. Dig it, Tan. Don't get me started on singing that song.
You ain't gonna take it. No, you ain't gonna take it.
I ain't gonna take it. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna ask Yakmanda, is she bejeweled? Does she have bejewels on her?
No,
no bejeweling. No bejeweling. Okay. Yes. Well, I appreciate you saying that, Tan. I hope you
it's
always come back.
Seriously, I'm having such a great time right now with you and your guests. It's
good.
The highlight of my months.
Yay! I appreciate that very much. No bedazzlement, says Yakmanda. All right, Matthew, what are you choosing?
All right. Let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna guess.
Whoa!
I'm just gonna take a guess on Jess.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say that Jess is Dennis. Dang it!
No! You are incorrect, sir. I am not Dennis. Because I am not.
Oh my.
I was going to reveal some extra information, but I was like, nope. I am not. Tan!
What did you... Is that Dennis, correct?
Dennis is in the lower right.
Yep.
In the lower right, so it's a purple one. That's the one that always says no. Okay.
I took a gamble.
Yeah. That was a good one. Good gamble. But you lose. Good day, sir.
So that's okay. I'm also taking a gamble and asking Jess, are you by any chance in the orange room?
Yes, I am. I am in an orange room.
And so you like that orange, the orange wallpaper.
Okay,
this game is so it's simple, but it's also very clever too. I feel like.
Yeah, I really like this
clever.
one.
Okay, are you a spotted dinosaur?
Am I spotted?
Oh.
Yes, I am spotted.
Oh snap! We've spotted a spot.
Tan's on a roll, everyone. Can he get his first card here?
Not sure about that yet.
Taking a gamble.
Yeah, it's taking the gamble.
You're narrowing down some of your options there. Narrowing down some of your options. And if everyone I don't know how my guests feel, but some folks can uh add some
I'll take a guess.
questions.
Are you Winston?
I am.
Oh, snap.
Da,
Coin
da,
toss in my favor.
da! Yay! Very nice. It is all tied up, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick glance at my new dinosaur so you all can see in the chat. It is my go. So here we are, my new dinosaur. Da, 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 da. Very nice. Okie doke. I am going to ask a question of Matthew. Matthew, do you have any pets with you at this tea party?
Of course not. I come alone.
No, of course not. You crazy? All right, Yakmanda's got a turn. Let's see what she asks. It's fun also to play this game and to like dress up too and like try to dress up like your character, but then when you have to change characters, you have to change outfits.
And you have to talk fancy.
Talk fancy.
Eat some cake.
Pinky
and drink
up.
some proper English tea.
Pinky up. I learned, and this is probably true, that imported tea to the States, or no, tea here in the States is not as good as imported tea because it's not as strong.
You mean that tea that has where the plants had been planted and harvested in the United States?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Might actually be, not the perfect climate.
That we have
not
weaker
the perfect
tea.
Soil.
Weaker tea here. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
I thought I was fancy drinking my.
But you have one of the strongest tea in the world, Mr. T.
Mr. T. All right, what did Yakmanda
Pity the
ask?
dinosaur.
She asked Tan, "Are you wearing a hat?" Yes, Tan has a hat. Everybody, Tan does eat things. Tan does eat things. Okay. Ooh, but
nope, no stripes.
Tan is not striped. So, eating and hat wearing. So, let's see. Okay. Eating and hat wearing and stripes.
Okay.
No stripes, no star spangled.
No stars, no spangles. Okay.
Let's see.
Matthew.
All right. Just let's figure this out. Okay.
Or not. You did or you did not. Yeah. Matthew.
All right, let's see. So Tan, are you wearing glasses? What in the world? Okay.
Tan is not wearing glasses. Okay. So we've got a hat.
Yeah, but I should put them back on as I can read.
The green room. Okay, green.
These are not an accessoire. They are actually needed.
Yeah. Green eating hat. Not striped. All right. Tan.
I'm eating a hat?
Yes, you're eating a hat. Green eating hat.
Okay, let me take a look first. So,
oh, snap.
This artwork is actually pretty rad. If you look at it, they're like to me they look more lifelike than cartoon-like. You know?
Okay, Matthew, are you by any chance in the purple room?
No purple rooms. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a guess for Tan. Okay, so he's got green. He's in a green room. He's got a hat, and he's eating something. All right, Tan, I'm gonna guess. Are you Gerald?
What?
Yeah.
Woo!
Look, I'm a witcher. So what?
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Nice. Foglight says he wants to be Lloyd.
Wait.
Yeah, Lloyd is small and has a lot of food on his plate. Hello, Foglight, by the way. And hello to everybody else that might be just lurking and working here. We're just hanging out playing some games on BGA. A nice little game of Dinosaur Tea Party. I think I'm going to play Similo next. Because I think Similo adds a lot more player count. So, yeah. But, yeah, Amanda, go ahead and take a guess. We'll see what is next. It's the first player to get 3 correct guesses wins the
I
game.
know solo prop.
No soul, no prob. What up? What up? Happy Wednesday to ya. Oh, okay. So Yakmanda asked me, am I wearing glasses? No, I am not. So here we go. Quick little brief viewing of my dinosaur so you can see. And back up to the top. All right, Matthew.
Got your number, Jess. Let's see.
Oh, you do, huh? So you know some stuff about me. You know some stuff about me.
I know stuff. Okay. You're in the green room, wearing a hat, no glasses. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
And you're drinking stuff. With no glasses. Dang it, I don't know. Okay. No glasses. Drinking. You know what?
Huh? Yes.
I'm gonna take a guess.
Okay.
And I don't even care. I don't
Drum
even
roll.
care. Alright.
I don't even care.
I'm gonna guess that you are Amelia. Dang it!
No. Incorrect.
How could I have been so
So
wrong?
she's not a famous pilot.
I am not a famous pilot. We have a lot of enthusiastic name calling in the chat today. Kate and Ben are obviously calling each other's names. I think in all good fun. I don't think it's actually malicious. I think they're just yelling at each other. Like if they're across like a theater from each other, they're like, Ben, Kate, Ben.
Hi, Slivers.
Slivers! Hi, 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 hi. Welcome in, my friend. Yeah, now Ben's just yelling everybody's name. Jess, Matt, Tan.
I do not see the 10 yet.
Squirrel.
I not see the 10 yet, Jess. So,
Oh, Slivers. Slivers said Tan.
so it might be that Ben is not on my team.
Ben, put hi to Tan in the chat. Come on now.
Just kidding, obviously. Just
Come
kidding.
on now. Tan needs some motivation for his turn. Tan, here it is. Here it is, Tan. Aw, love you, Tan. Tan.
See, what I did there is called fishing for compliments.
And it worked. And it worked.
Okay, so I will take a guess.
Ooh, Tan's gonna take a guess. Who are you guessing on, Tan?
What?
You guessed Eleanor, and that was correct for me. So Tan has 2. Tan and I are tied up.
No.
All right, friends. I'm going to scroll down to my new dinosaur. Here is my new dinosaur for you all to take a gander. And I'm going to scroll back up. Now it's my turn. All right. I know Matthew does not have a pet. Okay.
Of course not.
Matthew is not in a purple room. Or he is in a purple room, but he could also be lying about being in a purple room. Do you... Oh, teeth showing. That's interesting. Do you have spikes? Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. I'm gonna say, always lies. I don't know. Shoot. Matthew, are your teeth showing?
Yeah.
Teeth
I love
are a
scaring the
showing.
guests.
Okay. Thank you for the bitty slivers. Matthew, this isn't Elden Ring, you know? And yes, Ben, this is basically Dinosaur Guess Who. Yes, basically. So you can play it with everyone.
Slivers, I'm still trying to beat the No Man's Sky expedition.
Okay, teeth are a showing. Purple room, not. Um. Oh my gosh. Are you? I always like to say bedazzled. Oh, flowers. Flowers have not been asked. Matthew, do you have a flower on you by chance?
Never leave the home without one.
Never leave the home without a flower. Okay, all right. So we got some teeth showing. We got some flowers showing. Not in a purple room. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take a guess just because I have nothing to lose. Are you Yorick, Matthew? I did it!
Jess, why is it whenever I'm on your stream, you always win everything?
What?
Ooh. Ooh.
Boo!
Hashtag
Boo.
rigged.
Cheating.
Obviously, as the person inviting others, she knew who she is inviting, so that's obviously rigged.
Oh, hashtag rigged. Fine. It's fine. Thank you, everyone. Hello, Cabbage King. Yorick, Matthew is an undead gravekeeper from League of Legends? Yes.
That exactly.
Apparently so.
That is
All right.
what I am.
I think if folks want to join in, I think I'm going to do some Similo. I know it's not necessarily dinosaur related, but we'll just add some.
If you're picking history, these depending on the age of the persons used, they could count as dinosaurs.
So I'm actually gonna do the Similo here. Play. Let's see what option we've got. Cabbage King says, looking forward to learning a game from Matthew at Dice Tower East next month.
What? Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for that.
Okay.
Cabbage
Let's
King.
do hello to the slivers.
So I must confess, I own the Steam version of Similo, but I have not played the game even once yet.
Okay, so it's similar to Dinosaur Tea Party, but you also have the ability to ask questions that are not related to the characters. So we're going to do, let's see, animals, myths, spookies.
Before you said characters, I was going to make a joke, saying, so you're saying then they do not need to be related, so they do not have to be cousins or aunts and uncles of yours.
That's true. Okay, so we have animals, fables, history, wild animals, myths, and spookies. Let's just do animals. Let's just do the same.
I think that there's one that is only available on physical form. That might be there is a Star Wars one, if I remember correctly.
What? That's pretty rad.
I have to double check if I remember that correctly, but that's also one thing that might not be available digital.
All right, I'm going to pop in the chat, friends. Anyone that wants to join in for some Similo action. Stretching. Thank you for the stretch and posture check and the hydrate. Kate bringing in all the health tips here. Thank you so much, Kate, for that. All right. Here we go. We could do a couple rounds of this. All right. Oh, actually, spookies. People want to do spookies or wild animals? I don't know. We'll just start with regular animals. It's fine. If you all want to pop into the stream, there in the stream, actually, I should say, that I have the link for the game. Feel free
I've never played this before.
Add in. You have never played this before. Matthew.
I might have misremembered the Star Wars version.
Matthew and Tan, is this all new for you all? This is just a whole new stream.
I actually,
A
I never
whole
played board
new
games.
world.
Exactly.
I don't play board games. I just pretend like I do.
Oh, okay. So it's actually Justin that's actually the one that plays all the games?
Yeah, this has all been a ruse
Whoa.
the entire time.
Whoa. Cabbage King's logging in the BG8. Awesome. Oh, and the hydrate. Sorry, Kate. I did see you do the hydrate.
Yeah,
Thank you, my dear. Cheers to everybody.
Cheers.
Thank you, my dear, for that. I appreciate you. And yes, if everyone wants to give a stream update, feel free to pop in those mogwais and there's gremlins. Mogwais mean everything's good to go. Gremlins mean that there's something wrong with audio or visual or otherwise. Slivers is giving more biddies. Oh my gosh, Slivers. I have seen Matthew play Tiny Towns in quotes and can attest that they just pretend to play board games.
You know what, Slivers?
There's definitely some shade happening here. Cabbage King is in. They say Similo has been the biggest hit of my portable easy game collection. Awesome sauce. Yakmanda, if you want to jump in, feel free. There's that link in the chat. If anyone else wants to play along, this can play up to 8 players, friends. 8 players.
Wow.
I've
never even heard of this game.
What?
So, Similo is one of the other examples where sometimes Horrible Guild simply puts out a game that's so intriguing from the artwork, from the gameplay, and is a huge hit that makes Horrible Guild one of my favorite publishers nowadays.
And have you yet to talk to them about sponsoring a stream?
No, but I'm thinking of doing it as soon as I might actually on Friday morning try to see if the offices are open and I might apply for a business license to finally maybe go affiliate in the near future.
Yes.
Oh.
You heard that first here, friends. Matthew only pretends to play board games, and Tan is possibly going Twitch affiliate.
And once that happens, I'm going to contact Horrible Guild for potential sponsorships. And if they maybe want me to showcase the new game that's coming later this year from Yamaha, the spiritual successor to photosynthesis.
That's so rad. I really hope you do, Tan. I think it would be amazing. You play so many of their games, so many wonderful things for them.
No, Slivers, you're correct. They do make Dungeon Fighter.
Nice. Legends has more games to his collection. I seriously need to buy a ticket to just fly out to see Slivers and his whole games, because it seems like every time he's on my stream, he's always like, oh, I got this to the table, or oh, I finally got this off of Kickstarter, or oh, I did this. And so his game collection must just be amazing.
You're saying pictures or it didn't happen?
Yeah. I need to see proof here, Legends, because he's got Sorcerer Arena and Pocket Detective. And, oh my gosh, Legends reached 200 followers today. Congratulations,
Yay!
Legends.
Whoop.
Let's get some, I'm going to put some nice little friendly emotes in here for Legends. Oh my gosh, that's so cool, dude. Congratulations. That's such a highlight. I think it's really, really awesome that the board game community can just continue to support one another, and what better way to do that than to give some follows on Twitch. So
to be honest, one of the things that I really, really like about Legends is when he's streaming, and it's one of those rare occasions where it's not, you do not have to watch a documentary and get a good look at Hawaii, the actual Hawaii, not the lost. We did lost recordings and or Hawaii 5.0 recordings, or kind of shootings on Hawaii.
Yeah. One who reads says, yes, playthrough or it didn't happen. That's right, Legends. That's right. Okay. Well, I bet you'll pass me before the year is over, says Dutch. Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyone else wants to join in, I will pop it in one more time in the chat if you want to join in on this game of Similo Animals. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and start. It is also a pretty fast game, and remember, friends, we are going to make sure we get some paleontologists to the table So don't go anywhere. All right, I'm gonna give probably another like 30 seconds or so, and then we'll just roll with it. Roll with it. Okay.
Rolling
Slivers
with
said,
the
fun fact, I own
homies.
exactly 0 train games and 0 Marvel games. Which I actually
Oh.
knew about him.
Wait, no, that needs to change. No train games? Are you insane?
You don't have
No,
Ticket
it
to
seems
Ride?
impossible.
You don't have Ticket to
Seriously?
Ride.
He doesn't.
Each tried and true board game collector has to have at least one 18xx game in their portfolio. They need to have
Tan.
Ticket to Ride.
Wait, Tan. I don't have an 18xx game.
I don't think I do either.
Thanks for coming to the stream, Tan. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming, Tan. It's so good
It
to
was
see
great
you. Bye.
meeting you, dude.
No, obviously, I'm kidding. It's absolutely fine. Yes, Railroad Inc. counts as a train game. You're placing train routes, so that's a train game.
All right, let's stop. I really wish I could own a copy of Pocket Detective. I love mysteries, says Tangifu. You know, check your local game store. Also check on BGG.
Okay, but to be honest, I own a single 18xx game, and my copy hasn't seen play since I bought it, and that has been 6.5 years ago.
Wow.
But at least last year I was able to get. We played a game of 18xx at a friend's house.
Wow. Ooh, Matthew is an important question from Dutch. Choose one. Only watch the Red Sox play or only ever play train games?
That's a hard one because I feel like, I mean,
Why are you throwing in sports stuff in here, Dutch? Come on now.
this always happens in Room 51. We're talking about sports all the time. That is a tough question.
All right. Oh man, that's funny. Think about it. Think about it before you give your answer. So in this game, friends, basically what the clue giver is trying to do is they're going to try to have us guess one of these animals on the card. The clue giver actually has that card in front of them as well as other cards in like a deck. What's going to happen on a turn is based upon whichever round we're on, the clue giver is going to give one card face up and tell us whether or not there are similarities to the actual mystery card that we're trying to guess based on the card that they play, or if there are not similarities to the card they play from the mystery card. So let's just say, for example, if there was a cat on here, if Yakmanda, who is our clue giver, was trying to have us guess a cat, she would play other cards that would have either traits that are similar to a cat. Maybe they also have whiskers or they have pointed ears or something like that. Or she would play something that would do something that is dislike a cat. So maybe she would have something like a dragon or something like that. Dragons are dissimilar to cats. What we have to do as the guessers is we have to look at that clue and determine what is she telling us. So if it's similar, we have to mark cards on the grid that we think are similar to the card she played. Or if they are different, if she tells us it's something different, we have to mark cards on the grid that we think are different than the card that she played, okay? Once we get correct guesses, some of those cards get eliminated, and we continue to go through rounds where we're slowly eliminating more and more cards until we finally eliminate down to just 2 cards, and we have the option of choosing which card we think is correct. Pretty straightforward. Yakmanda will continue to get more cards each round. Yes, Cabbage King. Each round we will get rid of increasingly more and more cards. So this round right now we only select 1 card. The next round we would have to select 2 to get rid of, and so on and so forth. Okay?
Are we playing as like a team?
We are playing as a team. So right now this is all a co-op. It's all a team. So we're openly able to talk. Cabbage King, feel free to ask type some clues that you think might help us in the chat. And so, yes. So we're all together. It's all together, Yakmanda. So you are trying for us. You want us to guess it. So we are all essentially on the same team. So it's not necessarily like a one versus many kind of thing. So
It's a team game. There is no I in similar.
yeah. Wait, there's two. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, Tan.
You're welcome.
Oh, Tan.
Tan's playing the character that always lies.
Are you Yorick? Are you Yorick? Always lying. Okay, so Yakmanda's going to play us a card, and it's going to tell us whether or not it's similar or different.
I actually have seen this game. Now that I see it, I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty sure I've watched Paula Deming play this on her stream.
Oh my gosh, Slivers again with more biddies. My goodness. Sliver says, at least if you watch the Red Sox, you get to see the Yankees a few times a year.
Yeah, I was thinking that, and so that was actually going to be my answer. I would just watch the Red Sox play. I feel like games are closer to my heart.
Okay, so Yakmanda is playing this card face upwards. That means it is similar. So the hawk is similar to the mystery card. So we are trying to eliminate things that are not like the hawk. So each of us is going to put a guess, and we're going to mark our little card with show a little marker here that is similar to a hawk.
So wait, the Red Sox, that this special dog breed, which is usually a completely white fur, but the paws and the lower part of the lower leg are having a red fur. Isn't that's the Red Sox?
Yeah. I know. We're all getting confused with all of our fandoms here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we are all selecting things that are dislike a hawk. Okay. So I selected the frog. Matthew selected the bear. Tan and Cabbage King selected the snake. And Tan selected something yet.
So once again, it says that Yakmanda played the card hawk vertically.
Yes, which means it's similar. The mystery card is similar to
and we want to eliminate. So we want to eliminate everything that has nothing to do with a hawk.
Correct.
So basically, most likely, no. These that are no birds. So let's go and...
Okay.
Love that rabbit, like...
Okay, so now since we all picked something different, we'll vote on which ones to remove. So Tan, which one should we remove then?
I'm not the one that is tie-breaking. According to the right player board, the crown is Matthew, and he's the one that's allowed to decide.
Oh, because it's showing your time movement. Do you have to select confirm?
Yeah, sorry, it tells me I need to confirm.
That's okay.
My fear. See, I'm not using BJ.
All right, so Matthew is going to select which one we should eliminate. I think all of those are good decisions, Matthew, so take your pick.
I think so, too. I'm going to go with the snake, I think.
Okay.
I think that's probably not it. All right, confirm.
All right, so we are good. The snake has been eliminated. So now... Yakmanda's going to play another card, and we would have to eliminate 2 from the grid.
Okay.
Phew! We only get to remove 1 in that first round, Yakmanda, and now we're going to remove 2 in this second round. So, Yakmanda played the fox sideways, which means there is difference. The mystery card is different from a red fox.
Okay.
So, red fox, let's see.
Different from...
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna do 2 of these here. So we select 2 cards.
Different. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. And
yep.
Yeah, I'm thinking this too.
Good, good. All right, Tan. Okay, we've got those two were eliminated. Are we still in the clear? Yes, we are still in the clear, everyone. Good job, team.
So
Cabbage King says, I'm thinking red mammal on a green background, so maybe the frog and the lizard. Nicely done. Yeah, I was thinking because they're amphibians, they don't have fur. That was my selection. Okay, again, we have dislike the cat. So the mystery card is not like the cat.
Okay. Also, there's a green background.
Yep. So now we have to select 3 cards, friends. 3 cards.
3.
All
I
right.
think she's trying to get. Okay.
Let's see. So not like a cat.
Huh.
Yeah. Legend said Cabbage King thinks of getting rid of more mammals, maybe. Legend says Goososaurus, Frogosaurus, Barosaurus. If you say it like that, maybe it's considered a dinosaur game. I get it. Not like Red Fox, says one who reads, so eliminate Eddie Murphy, George Carlin, Richard Pryor.
I feel like she's trying to get us to a bird, but one that doesn't have a green background.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
So I'm gonna do this and this and this. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna eliminate the bear, I think. All right, are we still in? Are we still in? Oh no! Oh no! Yes! Yes, we're still in! Okay.
Yeah, baby!
Woo! Goodness me. Poker face in person is so hard. Yeah. Yak Manda says, I'm glad I'm not in the stream because I have no poker face. There is all the letters of team in Matthew. That's right, Legends.
Oh, that is true. Dang. See, look at that.
All right, so now we're going to eliminate 4 cards. So this will be the penultimate round, and then it will bring us down to just 2. Doing great, team, says Yak Manda.
We're doing great.
don't put that kind of pressure on me, please. Don't.
It's a team game. It's a team game. All right.
Yeah, but each team can have that one person that is messing it up.
The sabotager.
No, the sabotager does it because they want to do it. And we talk about the people that are, simply messing it up.
Okay, Cabbage King says we must eliminate some birds. Yikes. I like Matthew's idea, though, of birds with green backgrounds. Okay, so it is not like a red deer. Again, it's got green backgrounds.
Got the green background, man. So I'm going to get everything rid of the green background, I think. You said 4?
We must remove 4.
All right. Well.
Okay.
What color am I? Dark blue.
Oh, wait, though. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put it I'm actually going to put mine on the robin because remember, friends, the first card we had is the hawk. Look at the way the hawk is pointing and look at the way the goose is pointing too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. And she was putting like these orange things and that's got some orange stuff in it. Okay.
So I think I'm going to do those 4. Because the rabbit is also looking to the left a little bit.
More rabbit. See, that's one of the reasons why I'm so terrible at this kind of games like Similo, Dixit, Mysterium, because of something like this. These are such subtle clues that I'm not able to catch.
More
Absolutely
biddies
not.
from Slivers. My goodness, Slivers, you're a gem. I appreciate you. Okay, we eliminated. We're still in. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
we're still
baby.
in. Okay, so there's the final clue, friends. Final clue, one more clue. And then we just have to pick from these two, either the raven or the goose. Sliver
Yeah.
says, Tan, don't worry about that. Matthew is 100% the messer-upper.
Hey, dude.
Wow,
Oh my gosh.
shade.
Shade. Slivers
Couch
loves throwing
King
that shade at
asks, do
me.
you think it's big beaks? It's possibly good big beaks. We did not lose that time. More biddies. Thank you so much, Legends. I appreciate that. So now Yakmanda has a final clue for us to decide whether or not we think it's going to be the goose or the raven.
I mean, based on everything you've said, Jess, I feel like it's the goose, but I
Yeah.
feel like we're gonna get more information now.
Yeah, and this final
Quoth
clue.
the raven, nevermore.
This is a hard decision. I know. It is very hard. You're doing awesome, though.
You are.
You're doing very, very good.
Yes.
Very, very good. I mean, for
I love
us,
Poe
that
as well.
last round, y'all, that last round could have been it for us. So, Legend says Team Matthew or Team Justin?
That's Slivers.
Okay,
Slivers'
so our
team, none
final
of us.
is the hedgehog is like the card. So, the hedgehog again is looking to the left. So,
It's
I
looking
think
to
I'm
the right.
eliminating
Yeah.
the raven or the crow.
Okay, on my screen, the hedgehog has his left looking to. So the eyes look to what is our left, but his head is showing to the right.
Correct.
Right. Kind of like the crow, but I'm basing it off the color. Where the hedgehog.
Okay, Cabbage
is
King
white.
says the
Okay,
hedgehog
yeah,
is
yeah.
mostly white.
Yeah. Like the goose.
Now
Yeah.
he's blue.
The hedgehog is mostly
blue.
The hedgehog is blue.
There's only one hedgehog, and that one is blue.
And his name is Sonic. Come on, Tan, did we do it? Yes!
Victory! We did it!
We did it! Yeah! Woohoo! Yakmanda did not have any more bird cards. No, that was good. That was good, everyone.
Only birds.
Go team.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my gosh, that was really good. Okay, so we can do this one more time, or we can switch over to some paleontologist friends. I did accept your friend request, Matthew. I saw your little message. Let's be friends.
Best friends.
Best friends. The last two ones were hard. Yes, well done, Yakmanda. Agreed. Well done.
Absolutely.
That was really good. Okay, let's do
Perfect
some
team
Similo
lead.
one more time, but let's play it with a different set of cards. And for those that do want to continue to play, we are going to be playing our paleontologist here. So I'll pop into the chat for you all.
I do have to head on out, unfortunately.
Okie doke. No worries there, Matthew. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Let's pop up to the chat up top real quick before we start off this next game. Matthew, let us know what you have coming up for the Room 51 roomies.
Yeah. So tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be going live on Room 51 Live, where we'll be playing Pursuit of Happiness, which we played during the TLN Mini Pride event.
Nice.
But we didn't get to finish it. We also played a bunch of the rules wrong, so we're like, no, we're playing it correctly, and we're doing it tonight. So I'm excited for that. We should be having a queer review coming out on the newest expansion for Viticulture World.
Okay.
That'll be coming out on our YouTube channel, Room 51. Probably next week or so. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, otherwise, I'll be at Dice Tower East that Cabbage King was talking about, and I'll be in the hot games area teaching some of the hottest games, which I know none of. I don't know how to play pretty much any of them, so I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to teach this, but that's okay. Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
thank you, Jess, for having me. It's always a blast being on your stream. I
Of
always pretty
course.
much say yes, or try to make it work when you ask me.
Of course, of course. All right, let's all say goodbye to Matthew. I'll pop on the BRB screen real quick, but we will get back to some more Board Game Arena in just a second with me and Tan. So stick around, folks. We'll be back in just a minute.
Yeah.
Okie doke, friends. We are
Yes,
back.
it's
I'm
back.
going to do let's do a new table here. I'm going to, let's try, move it 2 days. Random clue giver. Let's do spookies, because everybody was talking about spookies.
She's a little SB girl.
Oh, SB, we got an SB redemption. Let's see our doggy Cam Tan. I'm gonna have to go grab my lovely SB girl. So I'm gonna pop in the chat.
So we're doing some
friends.
espionage.
Yeah, espionage, exactly right. Here we go. I'm going to pop in the chat for you all to join if you want to join in on our table of spookies for Similo. There it is. Yakmanda, Cabbage King, you are more than welcome to come back and play again with us if you want to. Everyone else, if you want to join in, there's the link in the chat. So click on that link and give us a join on that game. But hold on, friends. I'm going to go grab my SB girl and be right back.
So I'm hoping everybody is having fun watching along and is not too much annoyed by my terrible, terrible puns. Yeah, let's take a look. I'm funny? Okay, good to know. Keep them coming. The thing is, so that's one of the things where my best friends are able to see if I'm still fit enough for a brain burner game or not. If my puns get worse, that's usually a good sign of me getting more sleepy. So the more dead pun like my puns get, the more sleepy I'm usually at. So you can see I'm still doing rather good puns, not that bad. The bad batch. So anybody in chat hyped, psyched about a game they're going to play soon? Let us know. Also. Okay. Now,
Okay, let's
everybody,
see.
remember, we're no longer allowed to make funny jokes.
Oh no, Tan, were you saying funny jokes?
Yeah, I was telling the people the truth about you.
Oh, the whole
That,
truth.
yes, that you're holding me a ransom and forced me to join you.
Yeah, from all the way from Germany.
Yes.
Hi, SB. There she is. Oh,
Yeah,
she got her
you
things.
put some ransomware on my computer.
I did.
Oh,
I put some malware on your computer. That's true. That's true.
yeah, obviously, I'm just kidding.
So I put this little treat bone down for her, and she like ate all the ones outside of it and did not eat the ones inside of it. And that's kind of the goal. Is she's supposed to eat the treat ones inside? So yeah, can we see if she can go further onto the bed? David's here gonna try to help. There she goes. There she goes. We want to make sure we get full channel redemption. Yeah, you Legends is full effect of holding you ransom, Tan. So there we go. All right, we got some more SPPM there. She's gonna start training next week, friends, so she'll have some better commands and better responses to her name and all that kind of stuff. But
But
there
you
she
know
is.
you're aware that doc commands do not start with an exclamation mark, are you?
Yeah, they are. They are.
Exclamation mark sit.
Yeah, exactly.
Exclamation mark roll. I wonder if there are some YouTubers and Twitchers that actually train their dogs to react to something like this.
Yeah. All right. Yakmanda has been saving up her channel points for it. Well, there you go. There she is. And there she goes. Okay, so let's go back. We've got only a few more folks playing in. If anyone else wants to continue to play here, we still have a few more spots, friends. Feel free to pop in. Dog commands are numbers.
Hashtag.
Or hashtags.
Hashtag
Hashtags. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hashtags it.
Hashtag Paul.
Does she like pig ears? Well, we're gonna find out, TNG, because I just ordered some pig ears for her. And they're supposed to come later on this week, so we'll see. We've tested out some other kind of like chew toys and stuff. She definitely likes the toys that have squeakers inside. She's a sucker for those. Yeah. If Tan is held by Jess, there's a higher chance I can meet Tan in person. That's true. Hashtag shake, hashtag stay. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. All right.
Yeah,
So
Legends Hawaii is actually on my top 3 list of places to visit if I ever have the money to do so.
yeah. All right. Squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaking. Yep, that's right. Okay, so I guess there's only going to be 4 of us real quick. That's totally fine. We could still do it. I feel like we had a good thing going. So I'm just going to start here. This is the Spookies game, so it's all kind of like Halloween themed deck. I am the clue giver now. Okay, friends. So our secret card. Here we go. This is our secret card, everyone. So don't look at it. Don't look at the chat. All right. So I must play a card from my hand. Okay. I will, let's see. Okay, I will do this and this.
Oh, did you see the message of Cabbagekin, Jess?
Oh, you can see the secret card. Okay, yes, we can restart. Sorry, yes, I will restart the game. Quit? Yes, it's fine. Yes, I will get it. It's fine. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, no worries. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you, Tan.
You're welcome.
I did set it on random for the clue giver to be chosen, and it just so happened to choose me. So maybe if it is random again, maybe it won't choose me this time around. So we'll see.
Let's see. Let's hope.
Players
So
can
wait,
converse on BGA so we don't have to look at your stream. Yes, you could do that too. That's totally fine. I'll make sure to read them out in the chat.
So just let me. So I have two. Okay.
Or I guess you might not want to be the clue giver anyway. Yeah, I was just picking it on random, and it just so happened to pick me, so that's fine there. New table.
Okay.
I will converse on BGA. Okay. I don't know, Cabbage King. I don't know, Cabbage King, we're not friends yet on BGA unless you sent me a friend request. Did you send me a friend request, Cabbage King? Yes, you did. Let me just add you. Okay. Add. Accept friend request. There we go. Do. We will get this started, friends. Get this started. Get this started.
Get this party started.
Get this party started right now. Okay, BGA, taking its time. Let's play. I appreciate everyone hanging out today in the chat. We are still going to be playing some paleontologist, friends, so don't go anywhere. Make sure you get your player sheets at the ready. We're going to do some spookies, so I'm going to do Tan. I'm just going to invite everybody here just to be easier to do this. Yakmanda is here. Tan and Cabbage King is here. And Tan. I wish my friends list was listed in alphabetical order, but it's not. I don't know how to organize it so it is alphabetized, but yeah. Okay, Tan, I sent you a friend request, my friend, or a game request.
I was like, what? Friend request? I thought we already had.
Yeah. Accept. Let's go, everybody. Spookies. Go to game. Who's given the clues this time? I am not. Tan is the clue giver this time.
Okay, that was going to be a really quick game, I'm assuming.
You got this, Tan.
Okay.
You got this, Chan.
Yeah, we shall see. Okay, it's showing me which one it is. Okay.
So there's an exclamation point onto the
down
secret
there
card.
are my cards. So,
Cards are
I'm
down
not
at the bottom.
familiar with
Yes,
these.
go
So
ahead.
I'm picking a card and then saying which orientation it is. Is it similar? It's not similar.
Correct. And it will give you a prompt on BGA. Okay, so this time around, friends, again, we're only choosing one card to eliminate. Tan has revealed the Banshee. The Banshee is similar to the card played. So there's a darker background. It's like ethereal. Oops. It's got some white there. Keeping the ghost is Cabbage King. I agree. Sure. I'll just do this one too. It'll be easy enough. Process of elimination here. And there we go. We got that. Alien. Alien's also eliminated, looks like. Great minds think alike. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking, Cabbage King. So yeah, everybody confirm you're guessing. So we are eliminating the masked person, and that is correct. We are still in the game. All right, next round, 10. We have to eliminate 2 cards.
Oh, poker face. I have to channel my inner actor.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so something different than Cthulhu. Cthulhu is something different than Cthulhu. Okay. Yeah, Cthulhu is green. It's also got tentacles. Not a sea creature. Okay, yeah, that could be a good one too. So we have one more to pick, friends. We have one more to pick. I like who. More human, less animal, possibly. Okay. Couch King thinks the werewolf. All right. Yeah, we can go with that one too. That's fair. All right, we'll eliminate those two. Let's see. Not a sea creature. Could be more human, less animal. Everybody's confirming. Yes, we are good with those. Yes. Okay. We're still in. We're still in. Phew. Exactly right. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to eliminate 3 cards this time. 3 cards this time.
Let's get some hydration.
Okay. So, something different than the clown. The clown has a lot of colors on it. Evil clown, I know.
It's it.
Yeah, the hat. Okay, I also think there's a lot of like pink in it. It's also showing its teeth. Vampire has similar colors. And then vampire or the mad scientist because they're basically human. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one too. That's a good point. What about the alien, Cabbage King? What are we thinking? Or the alien because of the colorful background. Okay. Yeah. It's showing its teeth. The background. Okay. Okay, I'm fine with that. Let's just try. Let's try with that. Okay. Okay, let's see. How are we on that? Oh, we're still good. Woo! Wow. Woo!
So now you're going to eliminate how many?
4.
4. So from the last 2, you are then going to decide which one.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, that was good. That was a good one. You're doing good, Tan. You're doing good.
Yeah, Dino version, yeah.
They should.
Maybe we should make one from
Yeah.
the images from
Dinosaur Tea Party.
from Dinosaur Tea Party. That could be a little. Also, Beth, so we'll have to do the art for that one.
Yeah. Okay, Tan, you're gonna have us eliminate 4.
Yeah. I'm thinking. I am thinking.
You're doing good. You're doing good, Tan.
Yeah,
You're doing good.
the cards are not doing me good.
Yakmanda says it's hard. It's hard.
Let's risk it.
Okay, so we have got. It is something different than the skeleton. Ooh, okay. Dead, something that's dead. Okay. I'm wondering if we're thinking colors. Yakmanda thinks it might be the ghost. Still, it could be the ghost as our final clue. We shall see on that. I left that last one because the colors, but I think it is the ghost. Okay. Okay. Oh, so everyone else with these other colors. Got it. Okay. We think the ghost might be the final one. Okay, so we'll eliminate all of those. Oh, yeah, I could see these. Something on its head, like the evil scientist. Yes, I am good on that. I just have to confirm. Yeah, I'm good with my guesses. Good. Good. We're all good. Oh, fingers crossed. Here we go.
Drum roll.
La, 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 la.
Ding.
We're still in. Woo! Yes. Okay, so now it's just down to 2, everybody. Just down to 2. One more card, Tan. That's all you need, my friend. One more card.
Oh, okay. I can screen snipe. So now I see how it's looking on your side. And you also have the dark theme for the webpage. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. You said you're stream sniping?
Yeah, actually, currently I can because you're not giving me any information that I'm not actually having myself. And back to.
Yep, I'm eliminating. Let's see. Let's see. Confirm. Is it? We did it again!
Well, okay, so I did a small gamble on the skeleton one because the ghost potentially is also undead.
Yes, that is true.
But the others are the physical form. So the ghost is something like etherical. That's why I picked the Banshee, because it's also like incorporeal.
Right.
And for the end, I decided either to took the cultures because it's basically the the cowl, that's the cloth over the person,
Yep.
or the invisible, because basically, the ghost would be invisible if there wouldn't be the tablecloth.
We did it. We did it, everybody. That was awesome. Good job, Tan. You did it. Don't say you're not a good clue giver, because you did really well with that one.
I think in this one it's good that we play that I was the one with the spooky one, because I think it felt easier picking things that matched than it is with the animals, because for example, with the clown you got everything right, the teeth, the thing on the head, the colors.
All right.
So luckily you didn't anywhere interpret something into it which I didn't intend you to do.
Well, it is all good. We did it. Well done, Tan, indeed. And now we're going on to our final game for the day. Our tournament game, if you will. It is time for some paleontologist friends. Let's go over to the chat. To the table. Yeah, it also just depends on what your clue options are. That is completely true.
Yes, exactly. So at the start, I had good clue options, and I said, it's the cards that I get dealt. Now it's getting tricky to find a way to eliminate the other stuff that is not also potentially pointing towards the ghost.
Yeah.
But I was so happy once at the clue before the last one, you all were fairly sure that it's going to be the ghost. I was sure, okay, and unless I mess it up massively with the last one, you are going to be.
We're fine. Everybody's fine. All right, Cabbage King and Yakmanda have to head out. No worries. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining in. Cabbage King's going to go play some My City Rollin' Right.
Yeah, I'm assuming that the losers once again will use the Dice Roller app.
That's very cool. But yes, friends, if you want to play along here on Paleontologist, it's pretty straightforward. I will explain real quickly. I'm just going to roll these 2d6 dice. One of the d6 you're going to assign to a shape, because we're uncovering these lovely fossils on our map. So you're going to uncover one of the shapes, and then the second d6 die you're going to assign to the dig type. Why is that important? Because if you are able to surround orthogonally adjacent with different shapes around your fossils with the same dig type, you will receive a bonus point or bonus points based upon the type of fossil that it is, okay? So if I surrounded this dinosaur skull orthogonally, I will get 7 points, but if I use the same dig type here, I will get an additional 3. There are 3 different dig types, as you see, for the corresponding dice, as well as 12 different shapes that you can draw for the dinosaur fossils. You can draw anywhere that there is an empty space on your map. If you, however, cover over one of these stars, you will get a bonus ability, which is a one-time use for the game, for the duration of the game, once it's one and done. So once you get it and you use it, it is done. You can gain more if you want, if you want to throughout the course of the game, but once you have it and use it, it is done. So up here you have a 1 square fill-in. You just pick any empty square and fill it in. You don't draw a dinosaur dig type. This one allows you to swap any shape that you want. So you will swap regardless of whatever number is rolled on the dice, you are able to choose any dino shape fossil polyomino shape that you want for your digging. This one allows you to swap any of the dig types. So instead of being assigned to a specific one based on the die roll, you can choose one of the 3 to fill in for that dino type for that turn. Or you can just give yourself 1 bonus point. You take the points and fill it in down here. We will accumulate after 20 rounds. We're going to be rolling the dice 20 times. After the 20 rounds, we will take all the points of however many dinosaur fossils we have uncovered, add those points together, and any bonus points that we received from the stars. And whoever has the best total at the end of the month will win. Currently, Wim and Gus are tied at 55 points. I have 37. Tan has yet to play this month.
Yeah,
so
but
anything
I
goes.
have to make a confession.
Yes.
I have not printed the player sheet, so I won't be playing along. Sorry.
Okay, well, it's all right. You still have time.
Now I won't be able to. My printer is currently not working as intended, so
Oh, I
there's
mean,
no.
like for next week if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Get a PDF and all that kind of stuff. So here we go, friends. I'm gonna do it kind of quickly because this is supposed to be kind of a fast game. But here we go. Our first roll of the dice is a 2 and a 4. So again, one of the dice has to be assigned to a shape, and one is assigned to the dig type. So let's see. I always want to try to get the dinosaur, the actual big skulls first because they're worth a lot of points. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the number 4 here for my shape and use this kind of L. And you can rotate or mirror the shapes to your, if you want for your fitting purposes. So I'm going to do this for my shape. And then for my dig type, it is the V's. So I'm going to fill in the little V's here. And there we go. And that's the first one for roll number 1.
I wasn't paying much attention, sorry to that. So the dig type simply tells you that you need to use the same dig type to continue that shape?
To use the same dig type, if you are able to completely surround a fossil of the same dig type, you get the bonus points. So
Okay.
So it behooves you to try to use the
Okay,
same
so
dig type.
You get a certain amount of points by unveiling the fossil, but if you're
Yes.
doing it with one method only, you will get extra points.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Ooh, so I've got this nice little stair step here. I always like the stair steps. I'm gonna do the stair steps over here. So I'm gonna go boop, 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 boop for the stairs. That's my 6. And then for my 2 again is the V's. So I'm going to do the little V's here. Sometimes people get creative. The actual print and play sheet does not have the dinosaur fossils filled in, but I like to have some color in my life. So I chose to add color.
Yeah. It's also more very likely helping with the visuals on stream.
Oh, good.
Because
I hope so.
think it's, okay. With only the drawings, it might, depending on the color, on the lighting situation, be difficult for people to see which pattern represents which part of the dinosaur.
I hope so. Thanks, Tan, for saying that. 3 and 5 is next. So, so it's one thing to try to uncover fossils. It's another thing to try to match the dig types. Which can be a little bit difficult if you're not careful. So I'm going to...
So what's the ratio between the normal points for a fossil and the bonus points you get when using the same type?
So the smaller ones give you +1, the medium size give you +2, and the larger give you +3. So less than half.
Okay. So it's basically the more complicated it is to unveil or completely dig out a fossil, the more bonus points you get when you're able to pull off all of one type.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I am doing that here. And there we go. 3 down. Next one, 4 and 6. Okay. Oh, geez. So I kind of I'm continuing on here. I also know that if you start collectively working in between other fossils, they could help you uncover multiple fossils and with less pieces, which I'm not doing very well right now. Now that I'm showing you all this, my strategy is not working very well, but I will try to do this, I think. I'm going to do this here. And that is a 6, and I will do the 4, which is the S squiggles. So I have uncovered a star, which I'm going to do for dig type to use on a future turn. There. And then we'll roll again.
This game reminds me of another print and play I have printed but not yet played on stream.
Yes.
Ada Lovelace Consulting Mathematician.
Oh, okay. How is that one played?
So it's basically Tantauralus, the famous female mathematician, daughter of Lord Byron, who was one of the first female mathematicians, and she is highly regarded in the math and computer science circles for that. And because she basically helped build a machine that solves a certain type of mathematical equations. And in this case, she is basically hired by the museum. She's, if I remember correctly, she's visiting a museum and somebody steals something and she has to collect clues to find out who did it. And basically, in this case, you have the different rooms and exhibitions of the museum are the player sheet, and you also roll dice to pick polynomial patterns, and you have to circle the clues to be able to score points to then potentially reveal who did it.
Oh, that does sound cool.
There's a certain amount of similar mechanics and ideas behind those two.
That is very cool. I like that. You might have to send me the link to that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so we've got 1 and 2 is next. So I'm going to do 2 and 1. So I almost uncovered this dino skull. Fours, double 4s here. Okay. Yep, I can do that. So I can complete this dino skull. Boom. With this one here. So that's a 4. With the S curves, dig type. Even though I did not use all the same dig type, I was able to surround the dino skull. So I get myself 7 points. And remember, friends, it's only orthogonally adjacent. So you don't have to worry about these corner pieces. Just as long as the north, south, east, and west sides of all of them are surrounded, then you are good to go. Double 5s. Holy moly. Okay. So I'm going to work on continuing over here. 5. 5, I've got these kind of little interesting pieces here. These kind of remind me shapes, Tan, of patchwork. Wait, a patchwork doodle.
Fun fact, so when you started playing the game, I was in my head, I was immediately thinking, what if you would play this game with the patchwork doodle patterns instead of rolling the dice? That was one of the first things, because you might remember that I came up with such crazy ideas which I have not put any more thought in, like playing cartographers using the patterns from patchwork doodle. And stuff like that. So simply like this, this afternoon I thought, what about playing the Isle of Cats Explore and Draw, but instead of drafting or picking rows and columns, you're going to use the mechanics of patchwork doodle.
Okay.
Where you place them in a circular order and roll a die, and from there advance, and everybody gets the same patterns to pick. And place them anywhere in their ship. So that's I'm always having those crazy ideas, and
little
then
mashups, if you will.
Anymore, yeah.
That's fun. That is totally fun.
Games because they have the great it's a great thing to play with patterns, and for me, who likes spatial rotating stuff in his brain, that's always fun to, okay, that's a more complex pattern, let's see how that's going to rotate / flip.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Although I'm aware that there are some people that are having a hard time with that, which is totally fine, because that's, some brains like stuff like that, some brains like other stuff. That's the great thing about the human brain.
The human brain.
Versatile, and some people can one thing really good, others can other things really good.
My goodness, I am rolling so many doubles in this game, Tan. I have rolled double 4s, double 5s, and now I just rolled double 6s.
So fun German learning session. So
yes.
The German word for doubles when rolling dice, it's called a Pasch.
Ah.
So double 1s is ein Einser-Pasch. Double 2s is Zweier-Pasch, and stuff like that. I'm not do not know the etymological origin of that term in German, but I'm assuming that it's very likely somewhere from either Old Germanic or even more likely from French.
Wow. See, learn something new every day, friends. And with Tan, you learn German. Okay, 2 and 6 is next. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, good grief. Good grief. What am I doing? I could choose to change my shape. I am going to choose to change my shape.
You are a shape changer? I didn't know that
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah. Beware, Tan. Beware.
Is there any mythological urban myth shape changer in the area where you're living, in your state? Is there one?
Yes, there is a biped out in our area.
A biped?
Yeah, some call him Bigfoot. Some call him the Sasquatch.
Okay.
Some actually give him like a name. I don't remember the name.
Well,
2
there
and
was
6
this
again.
Wasn't there that TV show with a family that had
Harry and the Hendersons?
Yeah, exactly that one. That was the one I was looking for. I wasn't. I started to remember the family is something with H and Harry about the name of the
Yep.
of the cryptid creature. I didn't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, Harry and the Hendersons. That's a throwback show. Oh goodness.
It's from the 80s, if I remember correctly, late 80s, early 90s,
Yes.
if I remember correctly, somewhere.
Yeah, it was before. Yeah. I think it was before the show Dinosaurs.
Which I was simply just exactly a couple of seconds ago also thinking of in regards to...
You were also thinking of Dinosaurs?
Looking of that, remembering how the character looked like, and I think that was in that area, yeah.
Oh, goodness. Tan,
I loved watching dinosaurs back in the day.
That was a hilariously odd show, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Hilariously odd.
It was a deep thought Muppets.
Yeah. A little more larger than life kind of Muppet for me.
As another great TV show I always loved to watch was The Fraggles, also with handsome puppets.
Yep.
Which I think gets a reboot soon.
Okay. I didn't know that. A reboot of the Fraggles? Like
I think Disney makes a Fraggles Rock reboot, if I remember correctly, yes.
Oh, wow. That's going to be really cool.
I would be careful what you wish. That might turn out worse than hoped. I'm always not that happy when they're doing
leery
reboots.
Of the reboots. Yeah,
yeah.
That makes
sense. So there is one of my favorite TV shows of the 90s is Roswell. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that one.
Yes.
I loved this TV show. Even the third season, which wasn't as great, but I loved the TV show in so many regards. It's to this day one of my favorite TV shows from the 90s. And they recently did a reboot for that, and I only was able to stand parts of that because of the greatness of the old TV show.
You're like, I can't deal with this nonsense.
I'm also currently dreading the reboot plans for Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
They're gonna reboot Buffy? Really?
Yes. They're currently thinking of doing a Buffy reboot. I'm not sure how far that would go. And what's making me much more anxious is the thought of reboot of Firefly.
Oh.
For me, it's blasphemy. For me, that's blasphemy. You can't reboot that show. That's a once in a lifetime that cannot work. It didn't work back in the day with the normal TV viewers. It's not going to work with the normal TV viewers nowadays. So if they want it to work with the normal nowadays TV viewers, it's not going to work with the old brown coat fans.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a huge ruckus. Especially as it's Disney that's doing the reboot.
All right, 1 and 6 I've got here. I am just trucking along here, everybody. Got this one. I've got currently 1, 2, 3, 4 fossils. 5 fossils uncovered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fossils uncovered. I have not matched any of my dig types.
So going back to
What?
the similar spooky, you need to do counting, like count numbers.
1.
1 fossil. 2 fossils.
And also, fun fact, you might know this, Tan. Did you know the Sesame Street characters are originally Muppets?
Yes, they are Jim Henson Productions. I'm
They
aware
are
of that.
Jim Henson Productions.
Although I'm not sure if what also a lot of people do not know that once the Sesame Street came over to Germany and when they started to air it on public television, they aired the original US versions with the English dubbing, which was not that smart to do, considering that it's a TV show. And with the exception of the children of those soldiers stationed in Germany, it's highly unlikely that a lot of German children were able to understand that. But they liked the idea behind it, and so they started to do their own versions, which basically meant that the skits with, for example, Grover and the like, they did dubbings.
Yes.
Hi, Wim.
Hey, Wim.
And then also introduced some, like, so you remember Fraggles Rock? There was this the guy that lived in the or you always saw where he was doing his woodworking with his dog. So,
Yes.
So like basically live action human people with some Muppets going along. And for Germany, they created that as well. So they had the human characters that had been like I'm not remembering their names. And then there are also some special characters like Samson, Tiffy, Herr von Böhlefeld, which were only used in the German version of Sesame Street.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
And also, for example, Elmo came over to Germany much later than he originally turned up in the US version. And there are still, from the newer Muppets in the US Sesame Street, many of them are still not part of the German version, although the German version, I'm not actually sure if there was still going, if it's still produced, because there's not that much German-produced children's television nowadays anymore.
Interesting. Yes, Wim, sorry, you did miss, you were lurking. I assume you were over on the Loses channel, but that is okay, because you are currently still in the
if I remember correctly, and when checking earlier, Wim has been lurking for a while.
Wim, you have been stalked by Tan. Tan has noticed you're hanging out and not interacting in the chat. Basically.
I was doing the modding. I was checking if there are any suspicious...
to make sure any suspicious activity was not there.
The important Sesame provides material support to local producers like a local...
Yeah, one who reads says CTW, rather than importing Sesame Street, provides material to support local producers to make a local regional program that suits the culture. Yeah, that's I think that suits better for the kids, because I think it's better for them, I feel like.
The downside is it's less showing children culture stuff from other parts of the world.
Yeah.
That's the downside to it. That's the real downside to it. But there's one, so many people from the US who might remember something like Reading Rainbow, which I only a couple of years ago learned about, where it's a TV show with LeVar Burton, where he's basically talking about the importance of books about kids, but also having these short segments where he's showing kids how certain things work, like getting rid of how a garbage truck works and the stuff like that. So in Germany, there is a TV show called, commonly referred to Sendung mit der Maus, the show with a mouse. It's called this because of the animated bits, cartoony fun, like short bits in between other segments of the show. And it's also having actually something like where the kids learn how the stripes are made in the toothpaste.
Oh, wow.
So the technical, they show kids how that's technically working and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And that show now has turned 50 recently.
Wow.
And is still going
Children's
strong.
Television Workshop. That's what CTW is. Thanks, one who reads. Thank you.
And so when Pride Month started, the part of national television that is leading the production of those shows showed an image of that mouse character waving the pride flag.
Oh, okay.
And immediately there was a huge cry out because it's so bad to show children. So it's not only in the US happening, it's also happening in Europe, in Germany, that there is a huge cry out that they're saying, no, talking about queerness and homosexuality and non-binary stuff is bad for the children's behavioral and growing up bullshit. So saying, no, you shouldn't talk about children, that there are people that love people of the same sex, that there are people that do not consider themselves male or female. Or some of them might say, today I'm feeling female, today I'm feeling male, gender fluid, also absolutely valid. And there's a huge ruckus about children. And the fun fact about it is, children don't care about stuff like that. It's the adults, especially the adults. I have talked about this with Quaid before, that it's so often that it's still nowadays so often happening that the people in early child education are teaching children the old way to think. So, like example, my niece still gets taught in kindergarten that girls wear skirts and have long hair, and that guys do not have long hair. And she's always wondering why I'm having long hair. And I said, because I want to.
Yeah.
It's I can grow my hair as well as you, and you could have short hair. And that's the sad thing that's still happening, that the children, although they do not care about stuff like that, they do not even think about it. They simply enjoy each other's company, that are still getting indoctrinated because, it's so harmful to them, because people are still thinking that this type of diversity is damaging mankind, which obviously it's not. It's an evolutionary process that is helpful as a social evolutionary state.
Exactly. I think it should be more. It should be more readily available. I was listening to this wonderful podcast. Maxwell Freud has this wonderful podcast, and he was interviewing people in board gaming and in the queer community, and it was really interesting how all of them were saying that they had a lot of the interviewees were having very good conversations with their families about their identity and things too, and that they wished that it was more of a normal thing when they were growing up. But yes, like one who reads says, grooming children into cis heteronormativity. Yes, which I highly am not. I am not for.
Nope.
Unfortunately, a lot of us in older generations were growing up in that way, but I think there totally needs to be a change of the norm, and to actually have those conversations with kids, because there are those things, like, I know, Tan, you were saying, like, kids don't really care, but there comes a point in a kid's life that I think that they start to recognize their own identity and start to see like how they want to identify and stuff. But
that's not what I wanted to say. What I want to say, children do not care if someone else is feeling differently.
Yeah, well, the only thing is that they go based upon what they're told. If they're told that it's perceived as being different, then they're going to respond to it being different. So if they're told that it should be a part of a normal activity and normal way of life, then there would be, I would think, there would be less bullying, less kind of disagreements within kids and within culture. With the better acceptance, but it's going to take time, and it's going to take a lot of us advocating for that change, as well as embracing those that have experienced that trauma
Yes.
from that cis heteronormativity. And so I thank you for saying that, Tan, but I also want to also address from my
sure.
point of view too, that I feel
Absolutely
like
valid.
we have been put in this place where we have taught that is different than what should be considered normal. And I think that needs to change. I think our new generation should be able to embrace themselves and how they want to identify. And even later in life too, like if it was something that they grew up on as a kid, and then they're going into now being an adult, and now they're starting to learn more about their identity and their true self, then I think that should be even more of an opportunity for us to come alongside them, regardless of their age and regardless of where they are in their life. Like, it still should be okay to be able to identify themselves in that way. So
one should always support others.
Exactly right. Exactly
right.
right.
So that's it's one of the things I learned from my mom mostly.
Yeah.
It's the same with accepting other people the way they are, and no matter from which country they originate or which type of people they love. It's not of importance. That's what I was always told, and what I also, from a scientific standpoint, would also believe. It's simply not a smart way to treat others badly because they are different from you.
Yeah.
In nature, that type of difference is important as an evolutionary process, and only from that regard, only it is. But the other thing is, what does one gain by treating others poorly? It's usually feeling superior. Is that the thing? Is that really important, to feel superior over others?
Knows?
So it's difficult. So I do not want to say finger pointing. Everybody is having their own thoughts and issues, and I shouldn't be. I digressed already too much. I will stop here right now.
That's all right. I ended up getting less.
Sorry for derailing your stream.
No. I think it's a very important conversation, and I think it's something that I feel like we all need to actually have here on the stream. And I want to make clear for people that, however they identify, that they are welcome here, and they need to also treat other people that are differently, though, with respect. And be able to be here in this place and know that there is a safe space for them, that they can come, they can play board games, they can have conversations like this, they can learn from one another. And so I thank you, Tan, for having that conversation and to actually talking about it and speaking about it, because from your platform of being a cis hetero male, it's unfortunately, it's actually very powerful. So, you have that voice that should be speaking out, and I appreciate that you're actually using it to help spread that diversity in whatever way you can. And Tan is an advocate for supporting myself and my channel and other people of color and other people in different minority groups and things of that nature. And so I do want to highlight that for you, Tan. I thank you for being an advocate in that way. I know that a lot of times when I have my guests on my stream, I want them to feel comfortable and I want them to feel safe, as well as the people in the chat when they're actually interacting and communicating with us. So, so thank you for that time. And with that, friends, I'm going to send you all on... there's a critique of states as organs of social control to compel obedience and conformity. Yeah, and it's something, like I said, one who reads, she and I have been in conversations about this for a while, and so I know that it's going to just take time. It's going to take time. It's going to take more voices and more advocacy, and patience to not give up, too, because I think there is also... anarchy and socialism for a free humanity. Yeah, it's going to take time, though, for some things to be where we want it to be, and it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of people power and on that. So I think everyone, I feel like, is entitled to having their opinions and what they feel should be best for themselves and for the country. But at the same time, I also want to make sure people know that if there is a disagreement here in the chat, if there is different thoughts and things too, that I feel like you can have a voice and you can have those conversations. But please do it with respect, and
Yeah.
please do it with kindness, because I know there are some folks that are probably lurking right now that aren't agreeing with what's going on and with this conversation. But I do want to let you know, if you ever have any questions, friends, if you ever want to continue this conversation with me, please send me a DM. Please send me communication offline, because I feel like it's better for us to have voice to voice or face to face conversations than trying to chat type things into a chat.
Yeah, once again, I want to apologize for grasping that topic and derailing without having consulted with you before, Jess. It was inconsiderate of mine. I
Yeah.
highly and profusely apologize.
Yeah. I do have a Discord one who reads, but I have not activated it in a very long time. And so I would be more than happy to have more conversations with everyone. Yeah, send me a DM, and I would love to have like a phone chat with you all, or a video chat or something like that, to continue on the conversation. So, but on that note, yeah, thank you both for being so welcome and wholesome. Yeah, thanks, Tanjipoo. Like I said, I do want to make sure you all feel safe and comfortable in this space. And yes, if you do have any disagreements from what things are said or talked about here on stream, please send me a DM and let me know your opinions, because your opinions are valid. Even if they might be disagreeing from other people in the chat, I do want to let you know that your voice can be heard and there can be conversation, because I feel like there is more to these topics than just making these short little statements here in a Twitch chat. So, all right, let's send you all onto a raid train here. Let's see who we got going on right now. Looks like I just see the losers currently on right now. They are in their in the middle of their My City
My
rolling,
City,
right?
yeah.
Do you see anyone else online currently, Tan?
Not from my follow lists, at least in regards to board games.
Okay.
But let me double check quickly. A little refresh.
All right, then I will.
But it's Wednesday, so it's usually not that many people online at that time of the day.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday. Wednesday. See, I'm getting messed up with the days of the week.
Days here. Yeah, we'll do that. Palooza here. Oh, did that not? Oh, I didn't need to do the @ there. I always forget. Sometimes I have to do the @ symbol, and then sometimes I don't. Let's see. There we go. It has been created. All right, friends. So that'll wrap it up for me for this week. I will have some streams going on next week. I will be continuing on with my Junosaurus play along. I have Tiny Epic Dungeons and and a Dinosaur Island Roaring Right on the schedule for next week, as well as another game of Paleontologist. So please stay tuned for that. And until next time, everybody, enjoy your board games, be kind to one another, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.